Damn. If you don't fuck with me, just believe I don't fuck with you. When I'm alone to myself, I don't know what to do. But I can tell you right now, girl, I'm alone with you. We're doing a damn thing. Babe, you act like a good kid. Now I'm the one who do. Everybody just a intro. Ain't nothing question business but some mental. I'm gonna shine and I'm being space. I think I when I'm up in the ring. Some people don't know they coming and going. I see more how they coming away. Don't talk about it, my responsibilities are first. I got a lot of enemies to hurt, but I don't even know where I'm here. I was just chilling in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Here. Flying up on the matrix. Flying balls to the falling and gotta go on that spaceship. You.
Bet you a Pan-African can't do that. Can't do that. Fuck Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, that. Kendrick Lamar ain't no Pan-African.
Learn how to move when it get rap. Black people follow certain trails. On the way to the big camp. Y'all need to a pin now. But we all have spirits. We all got a system. Y'all turned it into man parents. Ain't I trying to win the dead?
Listen, Pan-Africans, listen. I'm giving y'all some game. Native giving y'all some game through music form. Listen. Not the centers. We cultivate the land the right way. Black people, stop following Kim. You in America. We all spirits, all right? We ain't got to go to jail. Y'all turned it into man faring, though. I bet somebody in your family right now, Muslim, Christian, or says shut up. I'm telling you, y'all gonna go to hell with the white boy. I'm trying to tell y'all. You don't know. You think like a smaller white boy. You're the unintelligent one.
Look, bitch, you don't even know where you live at. Can't say you want to find me. You gonna get you a Big Mac.
You don't know where you live at. You live in America. You don't live in Africa. Already oxymoron. Bitch, goddamn, my eye, no Cyrus ain't about to save nobody. I'm about to say that right now. Osiris, Kim, and y'all, Osiris got my eye cock. I'm about to save nobody. So this is what we need to understand. First and foremost, and get this clear too. And I don't know why I ain't do this before the goddamn whole beginning straight. But this is what y'all need to understand. Ain't nobody getting ready to come back and save y'all. Hold on. Oh, all right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, this is what we got to really understand in this thing. And we do got the link open. So we do want people to click the link, or you Pan-Africans is weak. So this is what we got to understand for the first and foremost. This is like little different spectrums that's going on, and little where people feel like they have to destroy one thing for something else to thrive. And I don't really be trying to hurt people's feelings and stuff like that. So, but I'm the only real scholar. So we have to understand that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only real scholar. So we cleaning each other's yard. We gotta make sure we clean it all the way, so it ain't no discrepancies or anything of that nature. That we ain't got nothing to be in no ego about, or whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? So first and foremost, this is what we need to understand: Pan-Africanism. Because I didn't heard some weird shit, so they didn't lost their fucking mind. So now you gotta get it straight now. Pan-Africanism, right? You in America, already an oxymoron. Pan-Africanism in America, that's already an oxymoron. So what does that mean? That means you don't know shit. So you're just in a position to learn. But when you do learn the right way and don't get lost, you end up discovering, oh, okay, I'm just a government made up man on a new land. Oh, so I'm only created to be an anarchist. All right, so now you know how y'all highest scholarship, it just go to jail. Y'all don't really know anything. There's nothing no Pan-African said in history ever that ever made sense. Never. Their whole conversation is religious. It's not even a conversation that even have anything to do with if this right or if this wrong. It's just a new religion. Like, they literally never said anything intelligent. They literally never said anything that got anything to do with history. Nothing. And all they scholars, not even from Africa. So it's really like just some government thing. All right, the end. That's pretty much it. Y'all can stop trying to teach. Y'all can stop trying to be scholars. You're just an oxymoron. Y'all didn't come up with anything. Y'all not connected to anything. You're just talking. That's pretty much all y'all doing is just talking. Y'all don't know how to cultivate no land. You pretty much just know how to take white boys' talking points and think you talking to other people. But y'all be talking to Arabs, Liberians, Somalia. Y'all don't even know how to new man on a new land. The end. So if you ain't being an anarchist, white boy can't use you. But don't get up here and start casting stones at other like people and stuff like that. Like, that don't even make no sense if you are the walking example of a new man on a new land. So you can't be a walking version of an institutionalized thing and then start telling everybody else what they is and shit like that. That don't make no sense. And then y'all starting to talk about Native Americans. I don't know why y'all don't have no spirit to do that. Y'all making up shit based upon what we taught white boy. Y'all getting some watered down version of what white boy already killed us for. That goes for everything. Cooking, recipes, everything. If you grew up on goddamn pork chops and chitlins and shit like that, you hand me down. You don't get to call that something and be like, we created this. What the hell is y'all talking about? Like I said, new man, new woman. Not the woman, but the new man on the new land. I said, new man on a new land. It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. So y'all gonna have to tell me, what do y'all know? Because y'all all sound like unintelligent white boys, and y'all don't know anything. Nobody care about reading white boy books and starting points. The moment I heard, see, this is what they all like to use, because they like a watered down white boy. Now they want to replace native. Now the natives ain't been here. Now Native Americans from Siberia. This is the type of arguments they use. Natives is from Siberia. They from the Bering Strait Bridge. Natives out the game, man. Pan-Africans way out the game. Ain't no point even. White boy don't even use that argument no more. This is way out the game. They don't even understand white boy going over everywhere trying to be native to something, as they did in Africa. Cats don't even got the right starting points to even know what their arguments come from. That's why all they scholars not from Africa. Man, some of their scholars be from other places and shit. Most of their scholars here in America. Type in a Pan-African scholar. I guarantee they was born somewhere in New York City or something. That's an institution baby. That's an American Africanized college baby. Better than that. That's a white man education system on American soil after they killed Americans. American Indian. No, not American. Yeah, American Indian got their scholarship. That's it. It don't really go no further than that. You know what I'm saying? All y'all born out of some white man nutsack on American soil, teaching y'all about something he barely know about. No, y'all up here, all y'all starting place start there. You can't do that. You can't do that. So that's an oxymoron. That's an oxymoron to be a Pan-African in America, and then and you talking about Pan-Africanness. You get your ass back on the boat. Tell you right now, I don't give a fuck about Africa. What we about to do on this soil? And if you don't want to be on this soil, get y'all monkey asses back on the boat too. Right? Y'all don't have no reason to be talking about anybody else, not even Mexicans. Get your asses right back on the boat. I was saying real shit. So, hey, you either gonna allow some native shit or you act like an unintelligent white boy. And if you don't like yourself because you don't know yourself, get your ass back on the boat then. I don't go no further than that. We ain't about to get into no false scholarship. That's how they been rocking y'all to sleep with all these Garveys and all whatever you call these people named that was just as lost. They all had on tuxedos. They all the devil. This cat don't know how I even see it that simple. It's just as simple as that. I'm about to take it nowhere further. If you got some spiritual connection, y'all know that is shit. Don't mention no motherfucking Native Americans with no white man arguments. I said we've been dealing with that with just the white man. We ain't got time for white man to bring in this type of thinking the same way y'all think y'all complaining about against Mexicans and stuff. Don't y'all know white man did that to y'all, to us Native Americans? Y'all don't get to be in some type of, well, white man put me in a better position, but I ain't getting as much money anymore as these other people he put in a better position than me. These India people, these Arab, these the only kind of conversations y'all got. Y'all weirdos. Y'all out of y'all minds. You have no connection to shit. Or get your ass back on the boat. Y'all don't know what to fight for. In one breath, y'all be talking about y'all want respiration. And another breath, y'all be talking about, yeah, we need the government to get the Mexicans out. You got to pick one. Bitch, you either fighting over land or you fight for the white boy. Pick one. Like, you sound stupid. You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean. It's new man, new whoop. It's like a new man on a new land, lost. And shit, then they just start talking. And don't be having anything to do with it. That's why I got the link open, man. The link. We ain't got to be disrespectful today. We just got to get some straightening going on, though, so we can get some real scholarship going. The whole past 50, 60 years of Pan-Africanness was lostness. None of them ever had any common sense. None of them ever had nothing intelligent to say. Or they all be in Africa built, and Africa look like America or something like that. If they ain't talking like that, this is an oxymoron. Anything they talking about, anything they say after, anything that they try to say they wake you up on, they sleep. You know what I'm saying? So they just lost in color words and religion. They have no logic to nothing. They make no sense to anything. And they sit up here and try to talk for everybody through white man's English. So it's like, what the hell is they even talking about? They don't know no city and state that was named before white man start buying property and naming shit, and yet say that they was the first ones over here. Then they start comparing themselves to the Olmecs and stuff like that. It's like, it's just lostness. You don't hear nobody in Africa teaching that. You got people over here claiming they from Africa over here teaching about some shit over here. It's like retarded. You see, I don't make no sense. But then you got to use the white man scholarship to even claim who you are. So white man figured out Olmecs. So now here go Pan-Africans saying that, well, we was in American first. Then why ain't you Pan-Americans? Why the fuck would you be a Pan-African if you was, so you here before me? You here before me. All right. Where's your language? How did you cultivate the land? What kind of government was here before colonization? What the cities look like? You'll realize they look the same now. This white man is built over it and had us built at the time. The free mans back then, we even know that and stuff like. So this is how you know Pan-African is some late 1800 shit that white man created and start bringing new foreigners over here. They ain't even got nothing to do with the free man. Y'all Pan-Africans, y'all came after free mans. Y'all not even the free mans. Free mans don't have y'all spirit. Y'all like lost. Y'all just fresh off the boat. Y'all, what y'all are DJ academics 10 years from now. That's what y'all are. All Pan-Africans is people like DJ academics 10 years from now. People like Kakanat 10 years from now. If he start getting conscious, that's what y'all are. You're a foreigner in heart, but you might not even realize you might not be foreign. For an example, and then if you is foreign, it gets into details. When they start sounding just like white boy, that ain't a black person that we're calling black. That's an Arab. That person is 75% Arab, probably 10% Somalian. Half of these people even claim a Pan-African. Look at these people. They are Arabs. These are Somalians. The best thing they could claim to please themselves is claiming they are Moor, and Moor wasn't nobody but Arabs enslaving Negro tribes. And whatever the Negro ones was trying to get up on game and shit like that to make deals with Asians, those was the ones marrying in and shit like that. And then that's how you get, and then white boys start copying that once they start hitting Spain upside the head and shit like that. That's more of that shit. And then you go to Africa and teach that. You ain't got to teach that in America. Say real shit. Go teach us how y'all created white boys or something. Don't teach shit about this land. Nothing about this soil. No dress codes. No cooking mechanisms. No spirituality. No soil. It's my people buried up under these grounds, not yours. Your people buried some fucking where else. That y'all act that way too. Y'all act like that. Y'all, a lot of y'all people born where white people then buried themselves at and shit. That the Mayflower boat that then disappeared. Them white people ain't even the same white people. Them don't even exist no more. I don't know how y'all lingering around and shit and start talking. Y'all say real shit. Y'all start talking about y'all was crusaders first. Y'all settled first. Y'all found things first. Y'all did cooking first. And you don't even get the language. What the hell is you even talking about, Dan? How you start with English, but you did everything before English? That don't make no sense. We gotta make things simple. Stop trying to be first somewhere. That's white boy shit. I'm just trying to help y'all out. You create faulty arguments when you start from other people's starting points. White boy came from a deserted land, not Africa. So it was no reason for y'all to be no settlers and travel. So there's no reason for you to go down no line of reasoning or train of thought of thinking you was the Olmecs. You need to think that, oh, I might have been something. That might have been something else. Maybe been a big nose Mexican or something like that. That might have been something else, but it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody in Africa teaching the statue of where I'm close. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be more into that. Y'all too busy trying to be white boy. So when you get white boy scholarship, white boy trying to be native here, you only know how to do that without knowing nothing else. So in your mind, this is going to be filtered through your bias, but you literally doing the same thing white boy trying to do, colonize. But y'all just ain't get paid because white boy put you on slavery to do it or put you on bondage to do it or something like that. So we gotta get that clear. And then that Pan-African, y'all came in the 1900s. Y'all need to learn by freedmans. Y'all don't need to be up here teaching. No Pan-African need to be teaching nobody unless they getting on the boat and going back to Africa. Other than that, you need to listen to a freedman. Freedman got common sense. I'm saying y'all little cults ain't got no common sense. It's impossible for a native to be a cult. It's our land. White boy had to create the cult and create it as a government so it don't appear to be a cult. You trying to get in where you fit in. Y'all trying to assemble somewhere. So either sometimes you claiming native shit, then you claiming white boy shit, but you don't really be having nothing to claim for your own. You just like carving something out, but you say what you are. Pan-African. Go fight for Africa. You don't fight for Africa in America. Or get mad at white boy for bringing you over here and tell him to give you some money. So you can go back over there. Other than that, don't nobody even you don't make sense. This is why Pan-African don't move. It don't go nowhere. And everybody who be in it, wake up and start realizing that they Arab and goddamn Somalia and Liberian and Akon and them and stuff like. They start realizing like, what the fuck I'm doing? This ain't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm only in America. It only work if I'm doing white boy shit because he a foreigner. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I gotta join Native Americans in some way. If you ain't thinking like that, you're not thinking the freed man. That's how the freed man thought. The freed man was promised something by the white boy. White boy reneged. So the freed man said, fuck you, and did their own thing or start joining Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? That's the freed man. They wasn't over here talking about Africa and all this goddamn. They was talking about, they ain't even give a fuck about Africa. Somebody was selling them over there in Africa or something like that. They like, man, I don't want to go to that funked out ass place for me to even have to use this as a job. Man, I'm about to have land like this white boy real quick and get white boy out the way. You know what I'm saying? That's how the freed man thought. That's the freed man. Now, that was the freed man. That was the one who woke up, who was the Buffalo Soldier. And now that's what they was doing. That's what John Horson was doing. Not these cats trying to say, I need liberation, feed me, feed me. And you still on American soil. Your punk ass ain't getting no 9 to 5 yet and get back on the boat. Oh, better than that. Go Carnival Cruise. Black Reader, Red Carnival Cruise. Oh, better than that. Y'all can took y'all muck asses over there on Carnival Cruise and shit like that. Y'all here praising Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar don't give a fuck about Africa. He would have been took his money and went to Africa. Only people give a fuck about Africa is people who got some money and went to Africa. They ain't going to hell. Trust me. I salute them. They came and plucked from this land by default because white boy made them do it. They had grace. But then they didn't start acting like the white boy. Well, I need more land. They took that. It was like, shit, I'm going on my land. Do something with this. Akon keep trying to come back, sell records and shit. He going to hell and shit. Like I'm saying, Sean Keaston going to hell on his mother's hairline and shit. I'm saying, they keep trying to come. I'm saying, just go get on now. I'm saying, you from Ghanaian or something like that. White boy gave you a little bit of grace, a Visa card, a green card. Get on now. Don't come over here and start thinking you white boy. Now you about to suffer like the white boy. You know what I'm saying? And then you going first because y'all don't be knowing what y'all doing. So y'all going harder. Y'all be foot soldiers for the white boy. That's what y'all be understanding. Y'all be running around foot soldiers. Y'all gotta stop being foot soldiers. So y'all let the white boy take a back seat, and y'all just run y'all mouth and say, "Yeah, we the original people here. We was always disrespecting Native Americans, no culture to it. Like we was just people running around, like we didn't have a government and a mentality that y'all don't seem like y'all ever had. Don't seem like y'all ever had the mentality of making a government and tribes and bands and something that was really established to create trade routes. So how is y'all trying to say, y'all trying to take white boy credit and y'all don't realize how much of a hard time white boy had with us? Because we had an actual government. White boy just whitewashed y'all. Like y'all wasn't nothing. White boy came and signed a little piece of paper. About 1,000 of y'all got on the boat. That wasn't about nothing. You hear 300 years to the 1900s worth of us fighting. Don't ever get us fucked up. Don't ever get the Pan-African and the Indian mixed and confused. Please don't. Don't get that. You want to talk about racism. You want to talk about killing. I could get ignorant if I start talking about history. Shit you Pan-Africans won't ever do. You know what I'm saying? When white boy came over here, we already had our own facilities of jail. You got to kill the men for that. What white boy did, we did. We kidnapped them too and keep them as goddamn it, motherfucking what they call that when you get you prisoners and all kind of shit and things of that nature. Y'all never ever even been in a position to even have a continent like that. So I don't understand how y'all coming over here and taking people's credit. You do not know the hard time white boy had to go through for you to be over here and even argue for freedom of speech. Bitch, that wasn't even a thing for us. It's kill or be killed. That's it. Freedom of speech came from motherfuckers being docile and white man getting comfortable, and then y'all speaking a little bit, and white boy saying, I know these people ain't speaking. That's where the whole freedom of speech shit come from. I'm saying, like, for real, like, if we want to really talk for real, don't ever get Pan-African fucked up with no Native American. I don't know what the hell wrong with y'all. Do you know why we in broke? Why we in reservations? Why? It take 300 years of genocide. Y'all not willing to go through no shit like that and smile while it's happening? The hell is you talking about? Y'all are prayer warriors. If we want to keep it real, y'all are preachers or a hood preacher. Someone get ready to go to jail, but your comprehension don't go no further than that. Y'all don't have no intelligence. You don't know anything. Y'all could just say stuff like this. Our people knew the gematria and the numerology and astrology. You don't. So you ain't speaking for your people. So that ain't a teaching. Oh, our people did this. Our people did. You supposed to be still your people doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just lostness. It's claiming people's shit. And anytime you're in that position, you got to destroy somebody else's shit for your shit to thrive. So that's genuinely white boy shit. Y'all have to stop thinking like white boys. Y'all think, y'all don't. Y'all do though. Stop thinking like that. Or y'all wouldn't be so gun-ho on the term black so much, knowing goddamn well half of y'all's Arabs. If y'all would have just knew y'all percentage scale, y'all have a whole different concept, and y'all would start building a lot more legit, and things will look more like one and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There is no such thing as black. The Arabs birthed all y'all. Negro tribes. That's Arabian shit. Just because you dark, y'all lost in separation terms. That's why I always tell y'all, if you African, you some form of Arab. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You're a native Arab. There is no such thing as black blood. What y'all talking about? You are Arab in the dark lands. You go more northern, it might just get more light based upon whatever y'all was mixing with, like Berbers and shit like that. You go more southern, it get more rooted and more coarse. But there is no such thing as black. There ain't even no such thing as Negroid. Y'all are Arabs. Get that through y'all heads. Y'all done let the white boy fuck y'all up. Y'all don't even know what's flowing through y'all blood. You somewhere claiming you black. You are Arab. I don't give a fuck how dark you is. You could be as black as damn Kodak Black. That's a fucking Arab. Now y'all need to get into y'all genealogies in Africa and figure out what happened with those mixtures and shit so y'all can know how we getting all this shit. White boys start colonizing and separating and giving names to. Because y'all obviously ain't had no government. Y'all obviously ain't had no damn tribe or band. Y'all be claiming other people's shit and they be sounding retarded. Y'all don't have no argument and y'all don't know nothing. It ain't nothing I could pull out in 50, 60 years of a Pan-African opening up their mouth and whatever they said had anything to do with right or wrong or good or bad, or it's all religious shit. They're not in no conversations, no intellectual conversations, anything of that nature. So the highest comprehension they got is rowdying up other people to lead to a prison. That's pretty much it. Go to try to debate a Pan-African or go try to do something with a Pan-African right now. I guarantee the highest capacity is a dice game argument or everybody doing something to go to jail. There's no foggy common sense logic behind nothing because they have no starting point. They have no connection to nothing. So it's either white boy, give me what you got, or we're going to take this shit over and I'm going to make up reasons why I'm doing it. Because I'm from another land, but you taught me I was here first. I think I need liberation and I was a slave, but I didn't actually experience slavery. Because these people came in the 1900s. Pan-Africans never experienced slavery. All these people about to be goddammit institutionalized college people and DJ academics and coconuts 10 years later. These people just taking other people fight. Remind you, it's always another race or a person with a whole nother culture or fight that's taking way harder fight for someone else and got to make everybody else start protecting their shit again, right? So that's like looking at a Taino that's trying to be next to a lost Arab that claim they black Hebrew Israelite. You know what I'm saying? That's like that. You're going to see the Taino go way harder for Hebrew Israelism than even the lost dude and stuff like that. It's always like that for some reason. So you're going to get a whole bunch of Arabs and Somalians first being the face of Pan-African. I guarantee you get online right now and type in Pan-African and you ain't about to see nothing but a whole bunch of Arabs and Somalians talking. For the white man is just looking at these people laughing. These people ain't got nothing else to call themselves but black. They try to create pride around it. They don't even know that. They don't know that they're a new man on a new land. So you know nothing. You only know what the white man is teaching you, and your only energy, if you in a lesser position than a white man, is to go to jail or create a dice game argument debate. It ain't got no logic behind it, though. All your only thing you can do is claim somebody else's history. You either gonna claim the white man history, or if you're on this soil, you'll try to claim Native American history. If you was in China and a white man colonized China, you'll do the same thing. You'll either be trying to claim the China man history or claim the white man history. You'll either be saying we built everything or we got our villages burnt down. But you ain't in on none of them. You ain't part of the people who got the village burned down, and you ain't part of the people who rebuilt it over it. You just looking in history and lost. New man on a new land. It doesn't sell. Y'all have no argument. Or click the link. You know what I'm saying? Click the link. You know what I'm saying? If you was a Pan-African that claimed you was in America first, but somehow you're not a Pan-American, then what was American called? And what tribes was fighting white boy? And what was the government? Because if you knew this, right, you will be able to see how the Democrat and the Republican Party is Native American government. And they just replaced it. Killed the chiefs, replaced it, and took the forts over. You somewhere claiming we built the forts, not even knowing, even white boy know they came over here and took over forts. Y'all lost. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it make no sense. You ain't gonna never be able to make no sense starting with English. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because English is pig gang language based off Native Americans and all the settlers. Or you gonna have to explain to me why people claiming like foreigners. Here they go. A Pan-African would sit here and claim they built Mississippi. But white boy wouldn't even know what Mississippi is if it wasn't a city and called Mississippi by the Native Americans. So, how is y'all skipping shit? So you just think we were just running around naked with no building structures, and then white boy thought it was still important enough to keep our name and keep our way of going and stuff? Yeah, because they had claimed that they know our trade routes too, but they don't even know the city. For an example, you'll hear Pan-African or somebody, even FBAs, they'll sit there and say, we built New York, we built Manhattan and Harlem. Do you know Manhattan is Native American? It's Manhattan. Do you know when settlers came over, they lived amongst us, the city that's already there? Do you know Washington Square Park is not changed? It's the same outlining as the Lenape Marketplace. Nothing changed. This is Indian and white boy shit. What are y'all even talking about? Even half of the Pan-Africans have nothing to do with none of this. They came after freedman. In these times, especially even when it comes to the Empire State Building, bitch, those are white men, Mohawk Native Americans, freedmen, and Asians. Pan-African didn't exist here. What are you talking about? Y'all are just claiming people's shit. Pan-Africans, freedmans, get y'all boys. Get y'all people. These cats is lost. They need a leader. They need church. Well, they need something. They need exercise classes. They need boxing rings or something like that. They need something else than what they talking about, because it's lostness. And they didn't rock enough people to sleep for the past 60 years on the American soil, talking about stupid ass Africa. Well, and half of the people over here been over here too long to have any goddamn connection to that goddamn shit. Bitch, you better get on goddamn par with us so we can come to motherfucking together. All that other shit is just trying to find another religion that leads nowhere, because half of the people that Pan-Africans trying to connect with ain't about to consider themselves Pan-Africans. They all be having Haitian music playing in their households. They all be having Jamaican music. Like, I don't know why the Pan-African claiming they black ain't realized that yet. A lot of them stayed up in New York City and had to become an adult to realize I ain't even around nobody so-called black. What the fuck am I doing? So they end up being fucking damn street preachers. Pan-African ain't no different than a damn Hebrew Israelite. They just damn street preachers. That's all it is. I'm just keeping it 100 though. White boy got a flag. Now y'all want a flag. White boy own land. Now y'all want to own land somewhere else. White boy want to be native to somewhere. Now y'all was originally somewhere first. White boy want to discover mummies. Now y'all want to discover. You see what I'm saying? It's like, fuck that copying shit. Stop copying people. I thought y'all was strong. I thought y'all was strong as shit. Stop copying people. Y'all ain't fighting no goddamn Indian war. That was the only people fighting for this land. I don't give a fuck about World War I, World War II, World War III. That's coon shit. People fighting for white man problems. Y'all waking up now. Y'all don't want to fight Israel and Iran and them now and shit like that. Y'all just thinking about that now. You think us Native Americans ever gave a fuck about that? So when y'all be running around talking about, yeah, we fought World War I, don't nobody give a fuck about y'all being coons? Nobody give a fuck about that shit? We had to die for our problems not to matter no more and cultivate the land and get killed. We went through the war. Y'all fought for a war. You know what I'm saying? We went through. Listen, we went through the war. It's in history. It's written down. Indian wars lasted 300 years, bitch. Y'all ain't had that. Y'all got a symbol and crying to the white boy, hey, we fought for y'all. Why aren't you paying us? You're not about to make that sound hard to me. You're not about to make rowdy enough other people to think like that sound hard to me either. That's a lost fight. That's a lost fight. I don't care what end you on, what spectrum, your feelings hurt or whatever. You're not about to sit here and make me feel like you sound cool or all y'all Pan-Africans by praising white boy hitting you upside the head and putting you in a draft. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. We had to die for this land, for you to be on, to talk like oxymorons. We got to clean this man. We got to clean our yard stuff, fuck. White boy been getting busy in the esoteric world. He got trash everywhere. Like, shit, he must have been, listen, I thought we just had it a little clean. Seem like people jumping on TikToks and stuff too much, like not knowing the government working psyops on everybody. The government will straight make a whole psyop page that look like somebody going against somebody else. Half of these Mexicans on here ain't even in that spirit. Those AI pages, and then as soon as people bite the bait, you can tell they're stupid spiritually. So I don't want nobody in no position in this new shift that's stupid spiritually. We're going through spiritual warfares. If you can't do nothing but go to jail concepts or dice game mentality outcome debates, man, you're going to have to go sit down somewhere or go back on your continent. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, because we trying to formulate some new shit over here. We ain't got no time to be led into no other 2,000-year-old arguments. Y'all need to know, no such thing as black. You are Arab. If you a Pan-African, you are Arab. Until y'all show me a Pan-African that's actually an African, that's when I believe it. Other than that, it's a fucking new version of Christianity. But nothing that come out their mouth have no logic behind it. They ain't got no, it's just like white boy scholarship. Ain't no logic behind it. They get ready to claim they a statue based off lookership. For an example, right? Here's the thing. Let's just make these things simple. If a Pan-African want to claim you the Olmec, right? Then why the Mexicans down there know more about the history of the statue and the language of it than you? That kills that right there. And anything that you even say gonna sound even stupider. It just means you scared to fight the white boy and you trying to have us praise you for white boy completely whitewashing you so much. You don't know what ethnicity you is. You don't know what language you started with, but you get ready to claim English or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That nobody want to hear that bullshit. Y'all got to wake up in y'all comprehension before y'all have any type of intelligent conversations, or y'all just about to sound dumb like y'all been for the past 60 years. Y'all debates. Y'all never had even a debate. All y'all debates is full of logical fallacies. Every debate a Pan-African ever had is on the pure premise of a logical fallacy. Every last one of them. It ain't one. That's why I don't never join them stupid. Well, natives don't do that anyway. But they got themselves even talking to fake black people up there now. Speaking for Native Americans. Man, stay far away from that stupid ass shit. They all gonna bury themselves in a hole. Sound dumb. They in their own world. They don't know who they is, and they don't even know who they talking to, and they all calling each other names. You got a person that's just saying black, Pan-African, they don't know what they is. Then a bunch of fake Native Americans calling themselves, they don't know what they is, and they calling each other these things. They calling each other black. There's one calling each other Indian. Like this, they just they all lost world. The government just did a whole number on them. They're like completely out the game. You know what I'm saying? Completely out the game. Just all Fed ran. So it's weird. But yeah, Pan-Africans have no goddamn argument at all. FBAs don't either. But y'all got to become freedman, or y'all just in some new shit. Y'all just in some new cult. And I hate to tell it to y'all, but that's what it is. Y'all just about to be something that the Fed's about to make popular and for you to get boosted up and brought down. Y'all ain't got no connection in the way y'all think y'all do. I'm trying to tell y'all. People with common sense, no. You know what I'm saying? When you start just talking stupid, it don't make no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? One thing don't have to be destroyed for one thing to thrive. Y'all don't realize y'all so much in a lost limbo, y'all destroying Africa too. Y'all destroying Africa. Y'all destroying America. Y'all just carving out some box that don't exist. The black term, the history y'all creating, y'all making up a history. Y'all taking pieces what the white man did, carving it out and said, I did that. Taking what the Native Americans did, carving it out and said, y'all did that. And then coming up with some type of argument for just a religious purpose again, a Martin Luther King purpose again. White man, pay me. It don't make any sense. Anyone who cultivate the land, we already know how to cultivate America. No one got to worry about it. White boy was to pack up right now. We already know what to do. Each elder, and then me, y'all won't have nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to a culture or a building or whatever the case may be. Y'all are in a situation of never having that in the first place, but then trying to claim positions. So you can only claim the native or the white. But we was to have a discussion. You can't argue for it. You can't argue nothing from native. Y'all, and then you can't really argue nothing from white boy. The only reason y'all think y'all trying, because white boy wrote stuff down and it's beyond oral tradition. So when you start your argument, here's how you be in limbo. You'll bring up Christopher Columbus. White boy know that's a manifested destiny, and Native Americans know it's a manifested destiny. So white boy know how you're going to sound based upon what white boy written down about it without you having a nuance. So that's your starting point, being a new man. The native had to get taken out of it because they say stupid stuff like, where's the Native American scholars? Where is the Native Americans, the places, and why is they the poorest? We went through war. Do you understand what a prisoner of war is? Do you understand somebody took over your land after it's enough killing and you're downsized? So that became what peace treaties are. It's like y'all be trying to make it seem like natives is not human or something like that. Y'all be trying to make it seem like it's that dinosaur shit they got y'all in. So it's like y'all don't care. So you don't even care about yourself enough to know where to have a right argument at if you want liberation or respiration. So you lack care for even Africa. You see what I'm saying? You don't even know how to build the neuron because you're not attached to the land. Y'all are just as untapped into the land as the white boy. So even when y'all start making up spiritual systems, you're coming from the white boy concept. For an example, right? Let's say if I tell somebody, you're a Christian, where's your Christian DNA then? Where's the blood test? The moment you say, I'm that in spirit or I'm that in moral, you are a white boy. White boy came up with that thought pattern. But we know in reality, culture and any practice come from a group of people, and you got an idea from that people or whatever the case may be. So you can't be in one aspect, we're African DNA, but you still don't know how deep it goes, how you think like the white boy. You can claim black, claim titles in spirit. That's illogical, period. White boy had to create that to take over native lands. At least white boy got an excuse to why they don't be having logic behind shit, because they logically going towards things that logically work for them. But when you just at that starting point and you don't even have no reason behind it, here's where you get all over the place. So you just trying to find something that suit a bias to cover a vulnerability anytime it's suit for a debate. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got to pluck from a native and filter it through you and make it seem like it wasn't the native, pluck from the white boy and filter it through you and make it seem like the white boy ain't forced you to do it. You did it yourself and white boy just took it from you. Like, that don't even make no sense. How does that make sense? White boy and he took something from the Native Americans and had to kill us and burn it down. If you don't know the language, you don't know the cities, and you don't know the structures, and you don't know the trade and how we was getting down, that even a white boy know, you cannot speak from that end. You cannot say you had anything to do with Virginia. You cannot speak you had anything to do with Mississippi. You had nothing to do with California. You had nothing to do with New York. You had nothing to do. When y'all came over here, shit was already established. And Native Americans were still going through war. And motherfuckers, even to the damn lot of freedmen running over here, scared for their life. Oh, I don't want to get in the middle of their shit. This kind of what y'all doing now, even in the spiritual world, even opening y'all mouth when white boy allow y'all to have freedom of speech. That ain't even a thing to Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? It's just put them in a reservation or something. You're jumping in a spiritual game. You ain't got no business jumping in. You have nothing to do with this over here. Y'all don't have no spirits floating around over here. This is native shit. You know what I'm saying? Native dealing with white boys and white boy and they spirit and shit like that. Y'all are not in on that. Do not jump in a game you do not want no parts of. When y'all start kicking spiritual, nah. Y'all talking about Christianity, Hebrew, all that. Y'all are complete. Y'all got to go sit y'all ass down somewhere and go build a culture. Go listen to a freed man. But when y'all start talking about that other shit, the Pan-African or whatever, nah, y'all lost. My grandma, my mom, Christianity, no. You know what I'm saying? No, your spirit have completely been whitewashed. You are no help. You can only be harmed in any capacity. Even when you think you're getting people together, you're getting people together to harm. Y'all ain't getting together to cultivate the land. Y'all getting together to go against the police force or the white man about not getting liberation. You're no help. You have no common sense. If we were supposed to cultivate the land and make the government again, you wouldn't even know where to start. And then y'all hate yourselves so much, y'all don't even know where to start from even how Africa do it, let alone what make you think you're going to know how to make it start over here. If anything was to happen, you best to believe your ass going to be sitting down somewhere looking at what us natives doing. You will not be in control of anything. Y'all will be needing the white boy. Don't ever get that fucked up. Y'all somewhere praising colonization without really knowing it. That's what y'all really doing. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't know how to cultivate the land for yourselves. That's not even a thought in y'all mind. It's always, I got to be a consumer. That's the only thing in your mind. You're fighting to be a consumer. You're fighting to be the better slave. You're fighting to be the house slave. Anytime you hear somebody talk about respiration, you're fighting to be the house slave. We don't need white boy had to get rid of us to make us need them. Y'all got some concept already needing them, so they created welfare. You know what I'm saying? That's made up shit. So y'all want to go protest and wear dashikis and shit in front of the welfare office because they cutting off welfare, where a white boy once upon a time wasn't even needed. They had to force a situation for us to need them. That became welfare. So if you're not from that mind state, that's why you're fighting for welfare. So only Pan-Africans be fighting for welfare. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Dumb shit. Yeah, y'all got to understand what the hell is going on. You got to learn how to cultivate the land for yourself. What you going to do if it ain't no hospitals? What you going to do if we not even dealing with money no more? We just dealing with bargain and exchange. Y'all funky asses can't do shit. Y'all can't rap. Y'all can't put no clothes together. Y'all ain't entertaining. Y'all not comedians. Y'all not manufacturers. Y'all not building shit over here, let alone Africa. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all not about to help nobody build Cahokia. Y'all not about to help nobody build Kukuski. What the fuck is y'all get ready to do? Y'all wouldn't know what to do without white boy. And y'all be talking in this ego. That is weird to me. But y'all don't be having no logical shit. That's what I'm trying to say. My aunt not gonna save y'all. Goddamn it, Osiris and all them and shit like that ain't gonna, them motherfuckers floating around in Africa somewhere. They ain't floating around in America. So y'all talking that bullshit over here in America don't make no sense. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Them spirits ain't gonna save the white man from hitting you upside your head. Them spirits is not gonna jump in white man over here in America. My eye ain't gonna flap her them Madam Gablisky saggy ass goddamn titty wings all the way from goddamn the titty chicken wings. All the way from goddamn Africa, Sandland and shit like that into America and start whispering in white man's eardrums and to make white man say, hey, get on respiration. And you ain't gonna hear it. You ain't gonna see it. Y'all just wasting y'all motherfucking time, whatever y'all praying to. It ain't got shit to do with this soil, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So y'all gonna be hollering, hooting and hollering for a long time. Who lost his L? Shit. Like, no, I'm saying, no shit, lost his L. Yo, fuck Africa, bitch. What you getting ready to do over here in American soil? You get ready to help us natives create a situation for everybody? You get ready to help us freedmans create a situation for everybody so we can lessen these bills over here? Bitch, make new religion, make new cultures. You get ready to do that, make new men, new women, and I don't want to hear no crybabies. I don't want to hear no crybabies. I don't even want no debate either. We just telling people now. That's how us natives get down. We don't need no scholarship. I ain't about to pull out no motherfucking source. Bitch, you gonna look in life and realize what I'm saying, right? You from Africa. Pan-Africa, bitch. You saying you from America already a retarded argument. I ain't need no book for that. Why would I need a book for that? You know what I'm saying? You about to, why wait for you to pull out a source and a whole bunch of slides for me to just tell you why you don't just call yourself a Pan-American then? You know what I'm saying? Then you ain't got no book to go there. See, I had to kick the can down the road underneath your feet. You ain't gonna have no argument, no language to attach to, no culture to attach to, not even what the white boys was doing when they first came over here. You lost. That's it. You lost. Your book can't save you. My eye can't save you. Old Mech statue can't save you. Ah, better that. The fried chicken wings and watermelon can't. Ah, better that. No, not to save your ass from these arrows and bows over here. Everybody getting hit with arrows and bows. I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't know what white man had to go through. Soon as y'all start trying to sound like a white boy, you want to sound like a white boy, you gonna have to realize since white boy don't want to put these parts in history because it like got parts of defeat in it and stuff like that, you gonna get it. You gonna white boy gonna sit back and be like, you see, you know what I'm saying? Real shit, y'all run shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta chill out with that. Chill out with the whole retarded common sense stuff. Pick a cultivating energy out. Y'all got to go learn from a free man. Learn from a freed man. A man that's freed from all mental retardation. I'm saying freedman so strong. At some point, man, they'd probably say, fuck what they mix with. Bitch, I'm this. And all my children and everybody joined my shit under this name. White boy did it. We can't tell who Jews. Man, see the freedman thing like that. You know what I'm saying? Freedman start like simple. Like, oh, okay. I get it. It's my nation. That's how the free man thing. I don't know what the fuck these Pan-Africans talking about in FBAs and shit. Y'all lost a little bit. Y'all talking about some other shit. Y'all want to be Christians. That's all that is. Y'all want to be Christians, just own it. You want white man to give y'all Christianity and for y'all can just own it or something like that. That's it. That's all. Y'all want to claim everything. Y'all want to claim y'all created the colonies. So y'all created colonists too. Y'all killed the Native Americans. Y'all created all the foods, the chocolate. Y'all know how to ferment all the plants. Like a lot of these foods and stuff like that, these people even be claiming they created. They don't even know how it was brought into existence though. They don't know where planet came from, how it was fermented to be brought into existence. Man, that came from natives and then white boy copying it and then making this trade route of shit. It'll be something that we already doing. And then it's like GMO at this point. These cats would be like, oh yeah, we did that first. We start frying that first. What? Y'all ain't about to be that lost. No. Go spend more time on making something new right now or go up under a freedman. But y'all scholarship just sound like 2,000-year-old arguments. Y'all gonna have to stop because y'all don't got no logical debate. So y'all just sound like y'all crying and shit. But click the link. We got 8 minutes left. Click the damn link. Any Pan-Africans, click the link. Bro, I want to hear y'all struggle debates. Y'all all got struggle debates. Y'all don't know who y'all are trying to tell other people who they are. You sound like white boys. White boys came 5,000 years ago trying to tell everybody else who was here millions of years ago where they started and the origins at. Now you know why we got dumbass shit like aliens and dinosaur stories. That's all y'all sound like when y'all start saying Pan-African. It sound the same to me. It's not the same as NASA Adams. Africa. Was it even named Africa? That's that real shit. It all sound the same to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody lost on somebody else's land, talking shit. That pretty much it. It don't really be looking like nothing else. We don't need no book for that. We don't. The books they use speaks for itself. They'd be in one breath thinking they somebody, and then in another breath, no, you just some nigga on somebody else's land talking shit. That's literally it. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. I don't care what page you get ready to pull out that makes sense. It makes sense in Africa. Go get on the boat. None of that shit makes sense over here. All the way to you claiming you was here first, but African. If you here first, you ain't African. So that, Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on my soul. They want to believe a white boy so much, but hate white boy. How you gonna hate somebody you love? That don't make no sense. Y'all secretly love a white boy. That don't make no sense at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So they was the first travelers who don't know where they came from, but they get ready to tell everybody where they settled at, where they came from. How that even make any sense? So how is y'all telling Native Americans they from Siberia or off a Bering Strait Bridge? And how do y'all not know that white boy changed history to try to claim somebody history? And how do you not know that's a tactic? Why are you taking that as law for you to do the same thing the white boy doing? You not knowing where you from and claiming you from somewhere else for some type of white man praise that you don't understand. That's what you're doing, right? But you don't know nothing. You only know English. That's why you don't know how stupid you sound when you say I'm a Pan-African, but we was in America first. That's why you don't know how stupid you sound. All the way to the point that they use the same word to call us Native Americans and still use the same contradiction that they're trying to prove for themselves to try to claim we wasn't here first. Bitch, if we using your scholarship, then we was here before you and the white boy. So that would make somebody native. So how you gonna say, well, they ain't really native because they came from Siberia and us as Africans, we was here first. So us Africans was in another area that ain't Africa first. You're using the same dumb shit for you to say for someone else not to be there. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's dumb as fuck. It's dumb. They do not know what they talking about. Stop listening to Pan-Africans. They're like lost out of their mind. They're mentally high off of new Christianity. They just feel good. They don't lead nowhere or whatever the case may be. So, all right, let's make this make sense. All right, I'm native. I'm from Siberia. So now native don't mean nothing. And the African that came over here, who was here first, because they lost in traveler contradiction mind, that makes them the indigenous people here then, right? Right. So what does this mean then? I ain't native to America no more, but they ain't native to Africa no more then. Right? But if you say that, oh no, but we from Africa. So what the fuck is you talking about? You sound dumb. You see what I'm saying? That's what so what you get ready to say? And we gonna make sense out of that. You was here and you got invaded by us Native Americans, and we wiped y'all away so much that our language became the main thing, that white boy had to come over and get into our government and our building structures, and then like somehow y'all went through a soul sleep and then woke up underneath the slavery of white man. Then white man start bringing y'all back over here. And then now you start with English. So you ain't got the language before native. You ain't got the native language. You ain't got none of the white man's language. And then you got this new pig egg language that the natives and the white man created. And I don't care if you want to argue English ain't a pig egg language and natives ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't make no sense. Every city and state and 80% of the words that you use is Native American. The fuck is you talking about? Type in any city and state and type in who originated the word. Native Americans. The hell is y'all talking about? Y'all be claiming y'all first to something y'all have no nuance to. No nuance to. You'll be like, yeah, we created Mississippi. We created goddamn New York. We created this. And you're using a pig gig language without knowing even how the word got created in the first place. What y'all be talking about? I don't get it. Y'all come in the 1900s and the 1800s. That's when y'all started to flood over here. That's it. When you have that white man mind state, you wasn't here. You're not a free man. You're just some Arab. You've been so mixed. You don't even have no fight. You don't have no argument. You don't have no nothing. You're just an Arab. So understand that. Because we see ain't nobody gonna click the link. Understand that you're mixed with Arab and Somalian and a little bit of them Negro tribes. Y'all not even the main Negro tribes. Y'all not Akon. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not even the main Negro tribes. Y'all Arab. So understand, before y'all start speaking for other people lands, and y'all build other people culture, you need to spend more time on what the white boy did to you and know where you specifically from. You are Arab. When you type in, when you go for an application and they ask you your ethnicity and you type in Black American or African American, bitch, that don't take you to nothing else but Arab land. It's not saying Africa, the land of black people. It's saying the specific people with blood flowing through them. For an example, look, African American. A racial group from Africa. So what does African American consist of? Now it's going to tell you the blood that's flowing through you. Where's the African people? Hold on. African people, African American people. Where is that little list? People of Africa. Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Oromo, Amhara, Zulu. These are all Arab tribes. Negroid. That Negroid came from Arabs. So when you type in African America, it don't take you to a continent of black people. It take you to a continent of people. Everywhere you go into a continent of people. Y'all just making shit up. When you type in African, it ain't gonna say black, Arab. No, it's gonna say all these people over there, and it's just a different version of Arab. I don't even know what y'all be talking about. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got to stop Arabs from over here because y'all so lost. Y'all don't know how to. Well, y'all all the same people. That's kind of how Myron Gaines could come over here and say he more of he could say nigga, but nigga is created from people who lost on America. There is no nigga in Africa. So for a person to be like, hey, I'm African, so I'm more black and I'm more of a nigga than y'all, that is a person who is lost and institutionalized. None of those terms even intertwine with each other. He's basically saying, since people from Africa over here that start being called nigga, he can call himself a nigga and call himself more black than y'all because he's from Africa. And ain't none of y'all even black. See, that's what I'm saying. But y'all can't find no way to argue him. Y'all just gonna get into y'all Christianity. Well, he ain't a nigga because he ain't go through slavery and he ain't black. But in all actuality, you ain't black either. You a Arab. Just don't know what else you mixed with. Probably a large percentage of white boys. You know what I'm saying? So this is like pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? People think even coil hair come from a specific geographical. There ain't even no such thing. Coil hair is a new creation. That's just when it's too many mixtures. That's like you got some water. If you piece by piece you put on it, the more of something you put in it, the more flavor it got. Right? So it's up for a bias for that to be good or bad to someone, or positive or negative, but it is what it is. If something has more of something, all the way to capabilities, that means it's more mixture of something. If something has less mixture of something, even on other ends, it may lack other things too that a large group of people may consider could be positive if that person had it, but they may lack it. You know what I'm saying? In another area. So that could be forms of connection. You ever seen like a small group of people that just got a totally different culture and shit, but it's something in their culture that might be unrelatable to everybody else. So they might feel outcast or it might like little stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? I had another point, but I don't think people, you got to find you got to find a culture. I don't know. I had a point. Let me know my point. Even on other end, it may lack other. No, before that. Even coil hair. Yeah, the coil hair, right? So the straight, curly, or whatever the case may be, when you get to coil, that means there's a lot of blood. And when blood thickens, it makes tougher things. So we're just talking about something being tougher from a DNA before y'all start getting lost in y'all egos and then what's right or wrong. So for an Arab to develop coils, it's because they did a lot of mixtures, right? So anybody with coils, you're just a heavily mixed person. And the most mixed people is in Africa right now. See what I'm saying? No matter how dark, no matter how light. Coil isn't a phenotype trait. Coil is when multiple phenotypes start to mix. When something is more pure or in its natural state, the layering that it's making for itself play out the same way. This is DNA. It has nothing to do with y'all lost Mormonism, colorism, that y'all trying to take what I'm saying and attach it to. Before we even get to color, we're talking about DNA and DNA splicing. Even before we ain't even got to talk about this with humans. We could do this with animals. When you mix a lot of different dogs together, you get a more coil beyond hair. You even see the hair of a poodle or something like that. You know these are mixed animals that they're putting together. Beyond human, any mixture, all the way to Kool-Aid. One person got some Kool-Aid, they put a little bit of sugar and Kool-Aid powder in it. One person want different flavors. They put a little bit of this flavor, a little bit of that. So you're going to see more rooted, more what? Thickness. This cup going to be more thicker than this cup. Beyond hair. A Arab that did that a lot, and let's say you're going through colonization and you over here calling yourself black right now. Even beyond hair, your body figure is thicker than maybe a Caucasian, than a Native American that's not as mixed
with y'all as much of a woman or whatever the case may be. A Chinese, Asian woman. Do you get what I'm saying? It's beyond what y'all be like attaching to. So y'all don't have no intellect. And the white boy be ahead of y'all for them to even create the DNA system. You got to get your mind together and get out of these biases white boys started y'all in, or you won't even be able to know anything about reality, science, spirituality as a starting point to even duplicate certain things. You cannot be a pure something and be an extreme of anything, all the way to basketball. You cannot be, this is why a white man can't jump. You cannot be a pure of anything that lack mixture if we're giving it to a bias, and it takes a lot of different qualities. The more qualities, the more the mixture. There is no other way to see that in life beyond y'all in y'all ego. Y'all not in the holy. Y'all don't get messages from the holy ones. I'm able to see how a trait play out outside of the mathematics I'm in to know how my mathematics play out similarly for me and how it do for anybody else subjectively. So getting into you Pan-Africans, y'all will use things like the phenotype and coil hair, and those are totally separate concepts. You have the phenotype of an Arab. The coil hair come from mixture. And you're mixed with more people than people who don't have coil hair as much. And my hair ain't extremely coil, but it's coil a little bit. It might not look like dreads, but it's there a little bit because I have a little bit of more mixture than a pure Native American. You see what I'm saying? But that goes for all races. You could be totally white, and if you mix with this new black person that they don't know who they are, you're going to have extremely curly or coil hair. Not because the person phenotype and DNA, because they're mixed. The totally separate arguments. See what I'm saying? Total separate arguments. Y'all keep trying to start shit at white boy shit, and white boy don't be knowing everything. And what they do know, even what I'm talking about right now, they know a little bit more than you. So y'all have to start better before y'all use things as biases, and then you'll have stupid arguments like this. They burnt down our cities. We built everything. No, you can't serve two masters. You either the people who got their city burned down, or you the people who burnt somebody's city down to build your shit and use other slaves to do it. You can't serve two masters. And if you try to carve out your place, the only way you could go is, well, it wasn't no cities here, and we just helped people build the city here, and then that's you disrespecting Native Americans because you don't know the history. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to carve yourself out, and the way you do that is claiming white boy shit. And this is what I'm trying to get you out of. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, you need a freed man. So all y'all Pan-Africans and FBAs and stuff, y'all need freedmans. Y'all can't lead nothing. I don't even think y'all want to be leaders for real. And you ain't about to get shit if you ain't leading the way. I'm gonna tell you that right now. White boy and they people had to lead the way. Natives and our people had to lead the way. I'm starting to see freedman do that. Anybody up under a cult or whatever the case may be, y'all ain't in no position to lead the way. So y'all ain't about to have nothing in y'all hands to act like y'all go to lead the way. But y'all can say y'all not about to lead the way. But y'all can get the thing it takes for a person to have to lead to usher it out. And that don't work. That's oxymoron. Just like y'all arguments and debate. But we all here to help each other. That's why you got the voice. And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Flight boss, bitch, you know. For sure. You're not listening to the Man of Military's Moon. I'm the Royal Archangel Uriel. And I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. The first, I'm gonna do a pen and light too, though, but for sure, the first mile meet is this weekend. Right. So for the most part, or we can stretch it out to the middle, depending on people's plans and stuff, the middle of next week. But I'm trying to reach for either starting Friday and then make something that it doesn't matter what I do all the way to that Wednesday or whatever the case in that little pocket, and then start another one from that next Wednesday to the next from that next Thursday, and then that Friday, Saturday to the next pocket. Then start another one to that next, you know what I'm saying? So it's like starting off like a order thing. You know what I'm saying? But some kind of shit like that, get the spirits in the world and shit like that. So we can also show even white boy, the peaceful white boy. You know what I'm saying? That we're making new yellow iron. So that means there's new money, not new thought forms you need to sit around and try to be negative about. No, we trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, bring prosperity and shit like that and make the land look good. We try to make the land look good. You know what I'm saying? Get all negative shit out the way. Real shit.